All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation and much love to you, Akim, out there pushing out his word and truth and sincerity. And I just want to do a quick video, and the Lord's willing, is edifying, about this article I came across on this website called Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. All right, carnegiendowment.org, and pretty much is going on how these European countries or the European leaders, all right, are, they're not really pleased, so to say, with the current administration, all right, and they're not really looking forward to making their relationship better with America, all right, which this is prophecy happening before our very eyes, which this is nothing new. This has been, the Lord has been stirring up this spirit for years now. All right, started going back to when Bush, all right, decided to invade Iraq without Europe's consent, so to say. That made them European nations look at America some kind of way, but nonetheless it died down, and Trump was really the one to push that hatred out, so to say, make him, like the scriptures say, that he was more stout than his fellows. In the book of Daniel, which, matter of fact, we'll get that real quick before we go to Revelation. All right, I think it's in Daniel 7. Yep, it's Daniel 7 and 20. I'll go right to the point. It says, "And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell," which those 3 are talking about Britain, or the United Kingdom, France, and Spain. All right, those are the 3, all right, that pretty much founded America. You had the British, the French, and the Spanish that came over here to the Americas. All right, and then out of those 3 came America, mainly out of the UK, of course, the mother of America. So it says, "Even of that horn that had eyes and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look," so like it says, "and of other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows." All right, and that's America, and really being pushed out by Donald Trump, man, because he's, when Trump goes to these meetings, these summits, he's more stout than them. All right, he's more pomp. He's real arrogant. He's pompous against them. Okay, but that was the point on that. So let's go into this article, a little bit into this article, and then go, to the scriptures, to point out where this is biblical. It says, between November, so like between October 2019 and January 2020, the authors interviewed several European ambassadors of the EU, which are the horns. All right, the 10 horns. Originally, it was 10 nations. All right, which is the EU, and then it goes on to say NATO, which the EU nations are part of NATO, but not all NATO nations are part of the EU. Okay, but the EU nations are in NATO. All right, I'm going to go into a little bit about how this tension, all right, or the hatred against America is actually leading to squabble, so to say, within the horns, within the 10 toes, so to say. And they're starting to look at each other some kind of way. All right, you had the Brexit, you had the France and the German exit as well, or they're working on it anyway. But nonetheless, let's go to this part where I just want to hit a quick part here. It says the state of transatlantic relations. It says according to most of these Washington-based European ambassadors, the transatlantic relationship is in a worse state under the Trump administration than at any other point in recent history, including after the United States' contentious decision to go to war with Iraq in 2013. Some admit that Europe has struggled to handle the Trump administration well, and that some European rhetoric and approaches may have even been counterproductive. but they still squarely put the blame on the administration for the current state of the relationship. What administration? The Trump administration, all right? The whore administration, America the Great, the Babylon, all right? All these European nations are starting to hate the whore, and they've been hating her, and the relationship is going to get worse and worse, all right? It's not going to get better, and ultimately, those nations, which were at one point allies with America, ultimately are going to destroy America or help destroy America, all right? So I'm not going to go too much into that article. Let's go to Revelation chapter 17. And we'll just start at the top to get the basis of this. This is Revelation 17:1. There came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. All right, and later in the chapter it breaks down what the many waters is, which is the people, the nations. All right, and that great whore is code for Babylon the Great. All right, America. It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. And do not all these countries follow after the ways of America? All right, all these nations got rich off of America. All right, all these nations follow after the trends of America. So they've been made drunk. Okay, they've been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. All the wicked philosophies of America has been spread out through the four corners of the earth, and all these other nations have followed after her. All right, so it says, verse 3 says, So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the beast, all right, is the EU and NATO. All right, the 7 heads being the 7 kingdoms that have ruled under the Edomite rulership, and the 10 horns being the EU nations. Okay, it says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So it's a mystery of who this is, or what this refers to. But what, as the scriptures say, the Lord surely does nothing but he reveals his secrets unto the prophets, his servants, right? So the prophets are going to be able to understand who this mystery Babylon the Great is, and it's talking about America. Okay, the great mother of the mother of harlots. Here in America, you can worship whatever you want. Anything goes here in America. All right, it's the abominations of the earth. This place is the abomination of the earth. All right, any kind of freakism, wickedness. It's all gold. It's all gold. You get the green light to do it here in America. Okay, and then through the drinking of the cup, all right, these other nations have followed after this wicked whore, but now they're getting sick of it. All right, because it's gone around, bullied everybody. All right, the great whore has gone around, bullied everyone, bombed everyone. Try to push their democracy, which is part of that fornication. All right. Part of that, making them drunk with that fornication, is pushing the philosophies on them. All right, pushing that democracy, pushing their way of living, the New World Order. Okay, all right. So let me jump down to the point, the prophecy. The verse I started off 15. This is Revelation 17 and 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Because right now America has rule over everyone on the earth. All right, you can't say a damn thing against America, or previously. Now the scriptures say Joel, it says, let the weak say I am strong, because now that these other nations have nuclear capabilities and they have Russia to back them up. Russia has grown in power. All right. But so now it's not so much. But prior, for the last 100 years or so, America has been the hammer of the earth, the one telling everybody what to do, what they can't do, all right, how to do it. And if you don't want to take on democracy comes to you, like a video Elder Apostle Ramlab just did. That's what they do. If you don't want to play ball with them, they'll come over and they'll bomb the shit out of your country. All right. make up some lie to invade your country, okay, or whatever the case may be. Like in Iraq, the weapons of mass destruction. To this day, they haven't found one. All right. So it says, verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, which again is the EU, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. And what's going to be that? Those going to be those nuclear missiles. That's how they're going to eat her flesh and make her naked, all right, burn her with fire. And these other nations are calling the bullshit for what it is. They're exposing America, all right. They're not especially under Trump. You know, they're seeing, you know, America for what it truly is. So they're starting to hate it. As it says here, that they shall hate the whore being that whore that rideth upon the beast. All right, now the beast is getting sick of the whore. Okay, telling it what to do, what it can't do. Now those horns are getting sick of it, man. Okay, so ultimately the end game of this transatlantic alliance or relations, the end of it is nuclear destruction. It's not going to get better. The relationship between the EU or the European nations and America is not going to get better. It's going to get to the point where they're going to shoot missiles at America. All right. And this is coming in this third world war, which we're nigh at. All right. The third world war is nigh at hand. And here, as we just read in the scriptures, that the horns are going to hate the whore. And again, the horns are the European nations, the EU, all right, European Union. Okay, so the outcome, again, the state of transatlantic relations is going to be in dire straits, ending in nuclear destruction. All right, so with that, shalom.